Tham Luang Cave, northern Thailand, June 23, 2018. Rain hammers the jungle canopy. Deep underground, in a chamber swallowed by darkness, 12 boys sit shoulder to shoulder on a narrow ledge. Their soccer jerseys are soaked. Mud coats their legs. The air smells of stone and rising water. A flashlight flickers. Beyond them, the cave tunnel is no longer a tunnel. It's a river. The youngest boy is 11 years old. They've been inside for hours, but the water keeps climbing. The exit they came through is gone. Above ground, no one knows they're trapped. In a few hours, this cave will become the center of one of the most dangerous rescue missions in modern history. But tonight, it is silent, and the water is still rising. The boys call themselves the Wild Boars. They are between 11 and 16 years old, students from a small town near the border of Myanmar. After practice that Saturday afternoon, they decide to explore Tham Luang Nan Non, a massive cave system that stretches more than 10 kilometers beneath the mountains. Their assistant coach, Ekapol Chantawang, age 25, goes with them. Ekapol is quiet, soft-spoken, a former monk who spent years in a Buddhist monastery after losing his parents as a child. He teaches the boys meditation before matches. He believes in discipline. He believes in calm. That belief will soon become the only thing keeping them alive. They leave their bicycles at the cave entrance around 3 p.m. Inside, they laugh, take photos, carve their names into the rock. But outside, the sky turns black. Tham Luang is not an ordinary cave. During dry season, it's a twisting maze of narrow passageways, chambers, and limestone corridors. But during monsoon season, it becomes something else entirely, a trap. When rain falls in the mountains above, water floods through hidden fissures in the rock. Tunnels fill within hours. Visibility drops to zero. By 5 p.m., heavy rain pounds the region. Water rushes into the cave system faster than anyone realizes. Inside, the boys begin walking back toward the entrance, but instead of dry rock, they find moving water. They wade forward. The water rises to their chests. The current strengthens. Then comes the moment that changes everything. The exit is gone. At 7 p.m., a park ranger notices something strange. 13 bicycles locked outside the cave. Parents begin calling each other. Where are the boys? A search begins immediately. Local authorities enter the cave, but the water forces them back within minutes. The monsoon rains don't stop. By midnight, officials know this isn't a simple missing persons case. It's a race against nature. But they don't yet understand how deep the boys have gone. Rescue teams pump water out of the cave around the clock. Thai Navy SEALs arrive, but the cave is nearly impossible to navigate. Mud clouds the water. Visibility drops to inches. Divers must feel their way forward, tying guide ropes to avoid getting lost. Days pass, no sign of the boys. Inside the cave, Ekapol tells the boys to sit still and conserve energy. They move deeper into the cave to escape the rising water, eventually settling on a small muddy shelf known later as Pattaya Beach. They have no food. They drink dripping cave water from the walls. Ekapol teaches them meditation to slow their breathing and preserve oxygen, because oxygen is running out. By day 4, the story spreads globally. British cave divers John Valanthan and Rick Stanton, two of the most experienced technical divers in the world, arrive in Thailand. They are not Navy SEALs, they are not soldiers, they're hobbyists, men who dive underwater caves for sport. But this cave requires something different. It requires experts in confined, zero-visibility, flooded cave systems, and that's exactly what they are. They enter the cave carrying tanks, ropes, and a simple question: are the boys still alive? Inside the chamber where the boys wait, oxygen levels are dropping. Normal air contains about 21% oxygen. By day 7, measurements inside parts of the cave dropped below 15%. At that level, confusion begins, fatigue sets in, unconsciousness follows. Outside, meteorologists predict more rain. If heavy monsoon storms hit, the cave could flood entirely. The rescue team faces a terrible choice: wait months for the water to recede, or attempt a rescue through flooded tunnels nearly 2.5 miles long. Both options could kill them. July 2nd, 2018, Day 9. Valanthan and Stanton push farther than any diver before them. The tunnel narrows, air pockets appear. They surface in a chamber. Their lights scan the darkness. Then, movement. Thin faces stare back at them. All 13 are alive. The moment is captured on camera. "How many of you?" Valanthan asks. 13, a boy replies. Brilliant. The world exhales. But survival is only the beginning, because now comes the hardest question. How do you get 13 people out of a flooded cave they don't know how to swim through? The route to safety requires diving through tight passages, some barely 15 inches wide, strong currents, total darkness. If even one boy panics underwater, he could dislodge a diver's mask. If a mask floods, both could die. The Thai Navy SEALs admit this is beyond standard rescue training. Enter Dr. Richard Harris, an Australian anesthetist and cave diver. He proposes something radical: sedate the boys, fully sedate them so they cannot panic. Each child would wear a full face mask. Divers would guide their unconscious bodies through the flooded maze. If sedation wears off mid-dive, they would inject more underwater. No rescue like this has ever been attempted. If it fails, 13 children could drown on camera. But waiting is worse. More rain is coming. The governor gives approval. The operation begins July 8th. One by one, the boys are prepared. They are dressed in wetsuits, masks fitted tightly, sedatives administered. Each boy is carried by 2 divers. The journey takes nearly 6 hours per child, through narrow rock squeezes, through zero-visibility tunnels, through sharp bends where tanks must be removed and pushed separately. Outside, thousands wait in silence. Helicopters stand ready. Ambulances line the road. The first boy emerges alive, then another, then another. For 3 days, the process repeats. On July 10th, 2018, the final group exits the cave, including Coach Ekapol and the remaining Navy SEALs. All 13 survive, against nearly every statistical probability. But the rescue is not without loss. Former Thai Navy SEAL Saman Kunan, age 38, dies during preparations on July 6th while placing oxygen tanks along the route. He runs out of air on his return dive. His death underscores what the world already suspected. This mission is lethal. After the rescue, the cave is sealed. Pumps continue running for days. The boys recover in hospital isolation to avoid infection. None suffer long-term brain damage. Doctors call it a miracle, but miracles are built from risk. Months later, the jungle is quiet again. Rain falls on the mountains above Tham Luang. Water still flows into the cave, just as it did that June afternoon. But somewhere in that darkness, on a muddy shelf deep underground, 13 boys once sat in silence. They did not know if anyone was coming. They did not know if the water would stop rising. All they could do was breathe slowly, wait, and trust. The Thai cave rescue wasn't just about bravery, it was about cooperation across borders. Thai Navy SEALs, British divers, Australian doctors, American military personnel, engineers, volunteers pumping water day and night. Different languages, different training, one goal. In a world often divided, a flooded cave in Thailand became proof of something rare, that when time is running out, human beings can still come together and win.